Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Carly Bannister, your acupuncturist, personal growth, and lifestyle expert. In today's video, I'll talk about the origins of acupuncture, and I'll also let you in on my favorite technique. Enjoy.
Who first discovered putting needles in your body and these connections and how did people figure this out?
You're so great. I just love you so much. Thank you. You just made my day because it's such a fun thing to talk about. So I, used to think it was from China. Obviously everyone thinks it's from China, and maybe it is, but when I was on the cruise ship doing acupuncture, I read an article about this man in the German Alps. He was an ice age man preserved because of ice in the German Alps, and he had acupuncture points tattooed on his body. And so it was so fascinating to me that, to think, oh, maybe acupuncture came from Europe, but the Chinese are really good at replicating stuff.
So I was able to find some images of Otzi, the Tyrolean Ice Age man, but I thought it could be a little disturbing to see a mummified human with black ink tattoos on them. Just use your imagination or Google it.
And I knew that because, we know about the luxury handbags and that kind of thing, but when I was in China, the shows that were just on public TV in China, there was one about the history of objects and the emperors and what they would have, and so they had these vases that were beautiful, and they replicated them. They replicated everything because the Warring States period, everything was always destroyed and damaged, and this ruler or leader destroyed all of the Han Dynasty objects, and so they got really good at copying things. And so then I thought, they're really good at copying things, so maybe they took this idea and just ran with it and made it their own, and I don't know. So
Admittedly, I was tempted to buy a bunch of luxury handbags in China because they looked so great, but I held back when I saw a pair of Eric Gordons on the subway.
That's not typical. That's not in the book, so wouldn't quote me on that, but the books will say, oh, the Chinese they would meditate and see the points, or it would be empirical knowledge, which means it's trial and error, just gonna try this point and see if it helps with this. I think it was more sophisticated than that though, because my favorite style, and of course I have learned from so many different places and so many different people and lineages, just how martial arts is sort of passed down in lineages or families. So I've taken all of this, all these tools, and my favorite way to practice is from the Master Tung family, and they fled China and moved to Taiwan, and they had this whole system, and they use the brain sort of. I don't know if they knew that, but I know that now they're using the brain because the brain maps the body opposite side. So I love this. This is so fun because let's say I'm treating someone for shoulder pain and maybe they're sensitive. I can't even touch their shoulder because it's so painful. So this is perfect. So I'm oh, there are points on the legs that can help the shoulder using Master Tung's family system. And this is funny because he wasn't supposed to share it, but in the 90s, he was giving lectures. And then a couple students were can we take notes? And it was yeah, okay, you can, but we're not supposed to share it. But then he started giving permission, giving more classes and more lectures, and then the notes became books. And so it was sanctioned, but I'm just lucky because I learned from the fourth generation. So there were 3 other teachers before me, and then I got to learn from that teacher.
If I had the ability to actually show you functional MRIs showing acupuncture points and where the area of the brain lights up, I would. But this was the best I could do, folks.
So let's say the patient has right shoulder pain and I can't touch it. So I'll do points on the left leg. And the beauty of this is that I can tell, we can test the points. So I'll ask the patient to move a little bit, or I'll massage the area. And just the fact that I can massage it, it's better because I can now touch it. So the points are nice because I don't have to put points in the area that's hurting. Sometimes it can aggravate it. So if I can do those points and the patient can move, then we can test and see if it's helping, if you need to do anything else. I'll often also do massage, or I love cupping the most actually. So cupping is cool because it lifts up the skin in a gentle way. It doesn't have to be dramatic. There doesn't need to be like purple marks, but it lifts up the skin so that the blood flow can happen again. Most times when there's an injury or a spasm muscle, you don't get the circulation you need, so blood flow and oxygen is impeded by that spasm or that tightness. So cupping on the area can really increase circulations because it's just going to lift up gently. It can lift the fascia up in the skin so that muscles can get blood flow again. So I'll often do that on the shoulder, and that doesn't seem to aggravate, and do the points, and then like it's a kind of an immediate thing. It's kind of an immediate response and an immediate benefit. So that's like my favorite type of acupuncture.
Well, you made it to the end of the video, and I thank you so much for that. If you know anyone who could benefit from it, please share this video and don't forget to like and subscribe. Love you.